Good morning! I am Sir Nology Jeremias. Welcome to Mathematics 6, Quarter 2, Lesson 9. At the end of this lesson, you are expected to solve routine and non-routine problems involving finding the base using appropriate strategies. Now get ready to answer the 5 questions. Directions: choose the letter of the correct answer. Number 1. Peter gave his brother 15 marbles. If this were 20% of what he had, how many marbles did he have at first? A. 35 marbles. B. 75 marbles. C. 90 marbles. Or D. 300 marbles. What is your answer? The answer is letter B, 75 marbles. Number 2. Clarence answered 23 items correctly in a test, or 92%. How many items were there in a test? A. 25. B. 30. C. 40. Or D. 50. What is your answer? The answer is letter A, 25. Number 3. In a class, 20 pupils decided to spend their free time in the library. If this was 40% of the total number of pupils, how many pupils were there in a class? A. 30. B. 40. C. 50. Or D. 60. What is your answer? The answer is letter C, 50. For questions 4 to 5, here is the problem. The newly elected representative for grade 7 students got 40 votes, while the grade 8 representative got 20 more votes than the grade 7 representative. If this was 80% of the total votes, what was the total number of votes from grade 7 to grade 8? Number 4. What is asked in the problem? A. Total votes of the 2 representatives. B. Total votes from the grade 7 to grade 8. C. Voters in grade 8. D. Voters in grade 7. What is your answer? The answer is letter B, total votes from grade 7 to grade 8. Now let's have the last question. Number 5. What is the correct answer? A. 125. B. 75. C. 50. Or D. 25. What is your answer? The answer is letter A, 125. Very good. Keep up the good work. Let us have a review. How do we divide whole number by a decimal number? Example, 40 divided by 25 hundredths. Change the divisor to a whole number. Multiply by 100. 25 hundredths times 100 equals 25. Our divisor now is 25. Multiply also the dividend by 100. 40 times 100 equals 4,000. Our dividend now is 4,000. Then divide as in whole number. 40 divided by 25 is equal to 1. 1 times 25 is equal to 25. Subtract. Bring down 0. 150 divided by 25 equals 6. 6 times 25 equals 150. Subtract is equal to 0. Our quotient now is 160. Look at the girl in the picture. She is Jane. She is sad because she was given a task to solve 3 word problems. But the steps in solving word problem are not familiar to her. Let us help Jane to solve her problem. Let us discuss the first problem. Routine problem. Read and analyze. Manuel, a son of a vendor, does not ask for more. He has a daily allowance of 20 pesos, which is 20% of his classmates' daily allowance. How much is his classmates' daily allowance? Now, get what is asked. The daily allowance of Manuel's classmate. List all the needed data. 20 pesos, 20%. What process is needed? 20 pesos is 20% of N. Let's identify the elements. 20 pesos is the percentage, 20% is the rate, and N is the base. Look at the Techan's triangle. The missing is base. Therefore, you are going to use the formula base is equal to percentage divided by rate. Solution. Change 20% to decimal. 20% to decimal is 20 hundredths. Change the divisor to a whole number. Multiply it by 100. 20 hundredths times 100 equals 20. Our divisor now is 20. Multiply also the dividend by 100. 20 times 100 equals 2,000. Our dividend now is 2,000. Divide as in whole number. 2,000 divided by 20 is 100. 100 times 20 is 2,000. Then subtract. And the remainder is 0. The answer is his classmates' daily allowance is 100 pesos. You can solve the problem using proportion. 20 pesos over N equals 20% over 100%. The numerator is the part, the denominator is the whole. Let us use cross multiplication. 20 times N equals 20 times 100. 20 times N is 20N. 20 times 100 is 2,000. Then divide. 2,000 divided by 20 is 100. Valuing directions. Answer the questions. Do you spend money wisely? How do you feel when you need money but your wallet is empty? Why do you need to spend money wisely? Let us come now to non-routine problem. Example, read and analyze. There are 350 girls in the school, and the other 30% of the total number of pupils are boys. How many pupils does the school have? Now, what are we going to find in the problem? Find how many pupils does the school have? What are the given data? 350 girls, 30% boys. Use a diagram to solve the problem. Draw a diagram with 10 parts. To get 1 part of 350, divide it by 7. So, 350 divided by 7 equals 50. 1 part is 50. 1 part represents 10%, or 50 is equal to 10%. 3 parts represent 30%, or the number of boys. The remaining 7 parts represent the number of girls. To get the total number, 50 times 10 parts is equal to 500. The answer is, there are 500 pupils in the school. Let us have another example. Kathy got 20 marbles. Andy got 10 more marbles than Kathy. If they got 25% of the marbles in a jar, How many marbles were there in a jar? What are we going to find in the problem? Find out how many marbles were there in the jar. What are the given data? 20 marbles for Kathy, 10 more marbles than Kathy for Andy, and 25%. And we will use a diagram to solve the problem. Kathy got 20 marbles. Andy got 10 more marbles than Kathy. So we have 20 plus 30 equals 50. 50 is equal to 25%. Draw a diagram with 4 parts. Divide 100% by 4 parts. One part is equal to 25%. One part is equal to 50 or 25%. Each of the remaining 3 parts is also equal to 50. To get the total, 50 times 4 parts is 200. The answer is, there were 200 marbles in a jar. Look at Jane now. She is very happy. She said, "Thank you very much for helping me. The steps in solving word problems involving finding the base are now familiar to me. I can use the formula base is equal to percentage divided by rate, or I can use the bar or diagram if possible." Congratulations, Jane. You listen attentively. Now get ready for the activities. Practice directions. Solve the following problems using the diagram. Keep practicing directions, read, analyze, and solve each problem. Test yourself. Direction. Solve the problem. To wrap up, directions. Fill in the blanks. Number 1. Blank them carefully. Number 2. Figure out exactly what the blank is asking for. Number 3. Identify and list the blank. Number 4. Draw a blank if possible. Number 5. Analyze the blank to be used. Number 6. Write your conclusion or blank. Answer the following questions. Directions. Choose the letter of the correct answer. Key to corrections. Thank you for watching. Keep up the good work. Bye-bye.